Jamaica. Lunch and dinner, you had it in Canada and America.
It shall be the purpose of this assembly to pass an act for the more full and complete establishment of a public seat of learning in this state.
It began with the first charter granted a state university in America. In 1801, a site was selected in a frontier forest, and the first classes met in a frame building. Abraham Baldwin, who obtained the charter for the university, saw his dream take form and begin to grow. For a century, the classical studies were revered most by university scholars, although modern languages and physical sciences found early acceptance. The diligent faculty strove to fulfill the university's chartered purpose.
To encourage and support the principles of morality and early to place the youth under the forming hand of society, that by instruction they may be molded to the love of virtue and good order.
From the campus at Athens went forth leaders for critical times: Robert Toombs, Alexander Stevens, Howell Cobb, Henry Grady. Its paths were trod in student days by pioneer scientists Charles Hertie, John and Joseph LeConte, and Crawford W. Long. 150 years of growth and progress. What has been the result? What does the University of Georgia mean to the people of this state today? Do these columns mean more than a facade for an intellectual obstacle course? Do these cupolas watch over more than an asylum of tradition? Is the university contributing actively as Baldwin dreamed it to the welfare of all Georgians? What is the modern University of Georgia like anyway? Judge Andrew Carlton, class of 1905, is finding some of the answers to these questions during his visit to the campus. His grandson, who graduates next year, must hurry off to class. So we'll turn our attention to the judge as he reminiscently looks about the campus. His vivid observations are still fresh in his mind when he returns to his hometown office.
Have a good trip, Judge.
Why, good morning, Roy.
How was the trip?
Fine. It sure was good to get back to Athens and see how the old school looked again.
How did it look? Any different?
Oh, yes. Of course, we can expect a lot of changes in the long time since I was there as a student. Athens is still a handsome town with magnificent old homes along her tree-lined avenues. Many of these homes belong to the sororities and fraternities now. The university has acquired one for the president and his family. These homes and other century-old monuments, like the covered bridge that still spans the Oconee and the world's only double-barreled cannon, are still preserved in a town that is growing and changing. But it's the changes that have been made on the campus that interested me most. 50 years and many thousands more students have certainly made it different. There are more buildings, bigger buildings, some new ones like the School of Veterinary Medicine that are real beauties. And they're still building more. I saw them breaking ground for a new one while I was there. You know, Roy, we were born years too soon. They have co-eds now. But I didn't find that students as a whole have changed very much. Of course, their dress is different. They have more freedom. And most of them seem to ride everywhere, one way or another. When the students have problems, a sympathetic professor is usually near at hand.
Will about 30 minutes from now be all right, Dean? I'm in the middle of something rather important right now. All right. So your father wants you to study law, does he, Ed?
Yes, sir, but I don't think I want to. If I only knew what I wanted to study, I think I could talk him out of my not taking law. But here it is, the last quarter of my sophomore year, and I haven't even decided on a major yet. It worries me a lot. That's why I came to see you.
Ed's general education in the College of Arts and Sciences will help him in a profession and also make the quality of his life richer and fuller. But it is important for Ed to decide upon a major soon, so Professor Wilson tells him that he should know
some of the other opportunities for specialization on this campus. We have dozens of fields in which a major might lead to a profession.